Look at this, dude. They're fucking giving her the old Chinese finger trap.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah.
I love it. And I love that, the fist bump.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
they're like, oh. What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is a members only commentary, so I want to thank you guys so much for supporting us as always.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And yeah, this is something special for you guys. And it's funny because a lot of people have been wanting us to do Hostel for a long time, so I hope we're not burning anybody by locking this one. But we wanted to like do our first real
Do a big one, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to tell people. Maybe eventually they'll get to see this down the road. I don't know. Maybe we'll do Hostel 2 for everybody. We were kind of just talking about that, before this, but we'll figure it out.
Do Hostel 1 for the members, and then maybe Hostel 2 for everybody. Yeah, something like that.
Silhouette, yes, movies. Look up Hostel. Yeah, anybody that wants to watch along, you got a couple of minutes to get it pulled up. If you do got Prime, it's on Prime, and you just got to like get through 3 minutes of ads, and then it'll be uninterrupted. That's a way to do it. Obviously, Silhouette here is throwing in places it is that
Awesome.
I guess
Thanks, Silhouette.
I probably should promote that verbally, but it's there. Yeah, this is Zach. This is a good first big flick. I'm blown away. Sometimes I feel like we've done everything.
I'm the same way, man.
How have we avoided Hostel?
I could have fucking swore we've done this one before.
Never have done it. Never did any Hostel movie. And before we were doing started this, I was like, dude, we've talked about Eddie Furlong so much. We've talked about Animal Factory and Tom Arnold sodomizing Eddie with his thumb. We've never done Animal Factory.
Yeah,
I was watching this movie to prep last night on Prime, and it recommended, because it knows me so well. It recommended me to watch Animal Factory after. I'm like, this is on Prime? Like, shit.
You know how they do like custom screenshots? I wonder if they have like a screenshot of him with his thumb up his ass, dude.
Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Because and I didn't know anything about the custom screenshot until like that Terminator group we're in, where people were like changing Terminator to like the Sarah thing. It's so funny. That's great. I should do that. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, should do a Pet Sematary 2 for the 4th time for members only sometime down the road. That would be funny. Well, we'd have to. What are we gonna do that one butt naked? How are we gonna make that special?
Dude, for the 4th time, man.
We're gonna it's the Pet Sematary 2 Edge edition, dude. We're like edging the whole time. See if we can get through the whole movie without coming. We want to time it just right to where we both bust a nut when she's like, "Daddy's all better," and we could just let it go.
Fading away.
I want to let it go when they show Drew's face at the end. I never knew anybody had died before.
Which I do have something coming up I'm working on with an outro with that whole scene, so it's gonna be fun.
And I forgot to tell you, I'll send you. I forgot about the music thing, because here's the thing: if you're gonna like actually spoof that, we can't use the music. But what we can do, we could probably modify it. We could probably slow it down and pitch it down.
I did.
Yeah,
I slowed it down.
But you gotta. Sometimes you gotta do more than that. So we might have to test it out. But
yeah, I don't know if this song's getting flagged, because you can barely find anything about Jan King online.
I don't know, man, but you would hate for Jan King to become wise to it and need a little money and her to flag all of her fucking videos.
Just be like, no, it's a cover. It's a cover of us doing it.
They can still flag covers, dude. That's not how it works.
Flag covers.
Yeah. Okay. So like, I have a couple of videos where on the intros I put like the Terminator music, but I like pitched it down and then I reversed it, and it sounds like you can still tell it's Terminator in reverse. It's funny. So I did like a couple of things. I didn't just tune it down. So or as a backup, maybe this weekend I could put together, I could do like they do on TV shows, and I could do a cover with my synths, but make a song that's very similar, but it's just different enough, where I change a few notes here and there. I could try it, dude.
I want to hear your voice, though.
Oh, and I'll do it. I'll sing it.
I'll look into your eyes.
What's your idea, Silhouette? We'll get started here in a second. I'm having fun. What's this? Have Eddie join you guys for a long? Yeah, I wish, dude.
It, man.
You know what's so funny is when we had Scott Goldberg, the director of the Forest Hills, when he came on the stream a few weeks back, I was talking to him. after the fact about Eddie, but I decided not to push it because I feel like him saying, Eddie doesn't really like to do anything unless he's like there, like he's at a convention or whatever, that maybe he'll do it. Eddie's lazy and he can't be bothered. Um, I feel like he's our best way, our connection, but I don't really know how much pull he's going to have.
Did you tell the chat who reached out to us who wanted to be on that
Oh,
episode?
guys. Okay. So, the director of that George Romero Resident Evil documentary we did, just like Scott Goldberg, we summoned him. He messaged us and he said something in regards to, man, I wish I would have caught this when it was live. I would have loved to have come on and basically pled his case and stuff. Anytime, like I'm like the independent filmmaker whisperer, dude.
Yeah.
Anytime you give any kind of criticism, they summon like fucking
Y
Candyman, and they're like, I gotta defend myself. And I said, hey man, reach out to us on socials and we'll work it out. And yeah, he hit us up on X and I was chatting with him. And it's just about he's down. It's just did you see that message?
yeah, yeah, get him on
You
to
just,
talk Romero or something.
he's well, no, we were going to talk about his doc. I want
Oh,
to
and his
I
dog.
want to
Yeah,
ask
okay,
him a
yeah.
million questions.
Yeah.
But he just said basically, he's like, yeah, let me let you know, and maybe the next couple weeks I gotta, because he's still got a regular job. He's
Yeah.
like, I gotta. So maybe that's in the pipeline, man. That'd be so much fun. Uh, let's see here. If you want to do an interview, my friend about our wait, if you want to interview my friend about our roller derby horror flick, let me know.
Hmm.
What is that, by the way? I know you've brought that up, I think. Can you share the title of it or a link or something in the chat? By the way, I like these, like I feel like a little looser because it's the member chat.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like which is kind of nice. Valentine Crush. Let me look that up real quick if you don't mind. Then I swear we're
Go
gonna get
for it.
started. Um, Valentine Crush. Oh, the 2021. Here we go. Oh, whoever Kate Robertson Pryor, she looks like Laura Dern, at least in this IMDb photo. Yeah, I'll check it out. And you know what? I actually I might, is that somewhere I can stream it? I'll fucking watch it, man. What did you do on it again? All right, so it's so funny on my private channel. I'm sorry, my personal channel. I was trying to think of something I could do because my personal channel is going to be more about just me and my business. That's where I've got the film stuff. I'm going to put all that stuff over there right now. I think like the teasers, and I thought about how can I keep that alive, and I thought about doing like a certain type of podcast, nothing that would benefit this channel, but like maybe I get on, I talk to the star of my short. He's not
Yeah.
like Brad Pitt, but we talk about filmmaking and the process and everything else and stuff like that. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I feel I want to do more of that stuff regardless. Regardless if I do it over here or I do it over there. I just want to talk about certain things over here that I don't talk about over there. I don't know. I'm trying to get it figured out. I know I want to have a chat with John Milan and get that film buffs push, dude.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and
Do it.
let me just make sure I got the fucking movie pulled up here. I'm excited. Hell yeah. Okay. Ready to go, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're starting right now, Mutineer. The wait is over, my friend. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, play.
At the
Mutineer's like,
Lionsgate.
yeah, it's the Lionsgate logo. That old school Lionsgate logo from the early 2000s. Mutineer's like, yeah, I don't like the banter's enough. Let's get it going. So I gotta say, I haven't seen this since theater. Is this 2004? What year?
2006.
Oh, so I haven't seen it in almost 20 years because I saw it in theaters, and
No, no,
I,
no, no, I'm sorry.
I thought it was earlier.
Release dates September 17th, 2005. Oh, that's Tribeca Film Festival. So that
What?
was Toronto. And then 2006, January 6th, 2006.
Oh, right at the start of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, nobody really knew who Eli Roth was. This is kind of what put him on the map, and I'm pretty sure I had seen Cabin Fever before this.
Yeah, that was
But
all
I
over.
don't know if I really had a concept of Eli Roth because he had just done Cabin Fever. But this is the movie that made him Eli Roth. And considering how Eli Roth's output has been since Hostel, I was expecting for this to age very badly. I was ex
Really?
I was expecting it, yeah, but you know what? I was pleasantly surprised that, it really didn't. It aged kinda well, and I it's just a testament to how he fucked up his career, in my opinion. He
Well, it's
waited
his best
so
film.
he didn't follow this up. I know he followed it up with a sequel, but he didn't follow up Hostel with anything
Mhm.
for so long, and after this, he just kept kinda, like, attaching his name, you know, Eli Roth, he was pimping his name out for some quick cash and producer credits, and
Well,
that's
he
all
got
you would
fucking
see.
paid off of this movie, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
thing made what, fucking $82 million,
dude, but let me tell yeah, and then he had the Quentin Tarantino push,
and it had
Scott
a
Spiegel.
budget of 4.8 million.
Yeah, Spiegel's the producer of this, so yeah, he took over and did the 3rd one.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, he just made a big mistake. It's like, I know he did the sequel and all that, but dude, it took him how many years to follow it up with? And it was with, I don't know, some shitty, I don't know if it was the Death Wish remake or it was that Keanu movie, but the projects that he followed it up with, we were already well into like the fucking Redbox era, streaming era now. And I just think he missed his opportunity to really take that next level, because this movie is, it feels like an Eli Roth movie, but it feels like a bigger movie than everything he put out after.
Well, as better dialogue, better acting, and
Well, I don't know about the dialogue. Here's the thing. I've criticized Eli Roth about his dorky dialogue, his dorky Marvel comic relief dialogue in other movies. But you know what? It really works for this one.
oh, absolutely.
You know why? It's because it's very evenly placed, and it's just part of the tone. Whereas a
Oh,
movie
this is the
like
best
think
part, sorry. "You wanna get fucking stoned? Stoned?"
yeah, you're gonna see Eli Roth in his little cameo. When I saw this in theaters, I just remember thinking it's fucking Harry from Dumb and Dumberer.
I
Yeah,
which
but
he has the most punchable face too.
oh yeah, total moron.
But
But I think he's supposed to be
very
like,
relate these characters are so relatable because this
there's
was
the
like us, like, or high school kids coming out, high school going into college. All you're looking for is getting laid, smoking weed, drinking, all that shit. I mean, it's
yeah,
totally believable.
and this
Asshole American kids. Yeah.
yeah, and he's like the guy that's like all shy, and he turns away Poon at every second for some reason. But I can't get a read on this guy. Is he only want to like marry for love or something, or is he just shy? Is he afraid he's gonna have a small dick?
Well,
Why
he
is he get this
started talking about
apprehension?
like a relationship he was in to one of the girls for a second,
Oh,
and
that's
then he
right. Yeah,
stopped.
for
Yeah.
to the whore at the hospital.
Yeah, exactly. So it reminds me of kind of like a guy we used to hang out with named Adam.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we're the
Oh, I
same exact.
remember Adam. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, Zach Hill, he's gay. It's so funny. Well, I don't know, man. You got that guy that was rubbing his leg and he acted all offended, but then like
But then later he touched
he's
his
like
leg.
he's
Yeah.
like he's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" Like, sorry about all that earlier. I'm like, I wouldn't be sorry. Like, dude, you fucking put hands on me. Let's just this is awkward. And so yeah, he was putting his hand. Yeah, I don't know if he's just like a dorky, awkward guy or if he's like a closet case. I don't know. I don't really have a complete read on him. What's your
I
opinion? That's funny.
who the
Harry. So I know he did bone like Olga, whatever her name was,
yeah,
technically,
yeah.
but come on, man. Do you think he's like playing for
I
the other team? What's going on here?
it wouldn't surprise me. I think he's dabbled in it, honestly. He
I
seems
don't
like
think
the
he's
type.
dabbled in anything. I think he's curious to dabble in it.
He's
That's for sure.
curious, yeah, yeah. And I like Oli. I think he's
Oli,
hysterical,
he's
dude.
funny. And you know what? I have to say, yeah, Oli's hilarious. He's the one getting all the fucking babes. That looks like
Yeah.
Blaze Bailey, dude, the guy who sang for Iron Maiden after
Oh,
Bruce
yeah.
Dickinson. And I can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
I don't know if I love the casting or if I hate the casting. I'm really confused.
Really?
So on one hand, I think they portray who they're supposed to be perfectly, so I guess it's good.
Yeah.
Like, you said the punchful face guy, he plays that sort of dorky guy kind of perfectly. And Jay Hernandez he's playing the douchebag pretty well.
He's a good
And
I like Jay Hernandez.
and you know what? Props for them making the lead a Latin American person. That's
Yeah.
pretty, that never happens. But I don't know if he's a very good leading man. I don't know. He's okay. He does the job.
He does it fine in this, yeah.
I don't think he's I don't
He
like
he
his
couldn't
look. I
do
don't
any yeah, he couldn't really do anything other than this.
His screen presence just isn't there. But maybe he's supposed to represent the everyman, dude. He's rocking the '90s clothes like crazy. And look at this, dude. They're fucking giving her the old Chinese finger trap,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I love it. And I love that, the fist bump.
Oh, yeah.
See, they're like, oh, see, the comedy in this movie is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I feel like Eli Roth, this is my theory all along, is Eli Roth blew his wad too early and he
Yeah.
just didn't, and it sucks because it's like a Rob Zombie thing where it's like he doesn't have any more in him. Why is he waiting so long to follow this up properly? And then when he does after like a fucking decade or more, or however long it was, it's just,
See, he's curious. You watch, you pay.
yeah, you watch you pay, dude. There's a lot of TNA in this. I forgot how much TNA was in this.
Oh, yeah, there's some nice titties in this.
Hell yeah, dude. We could say titties because this is the special stream.
Absolutely.
But it's so okay. You know what's so weird is the passage of time. They were just giving her the old 1-2 fucking wango tango together. Now they're like fully
Yep.
dressed like they never had sex. You think they'd be all they should have added like sweat, like they're all hot and bothered, like they got dressed real quick, dude. And they just pulled them into that other room. You watch, you pay. So what, they're gonna have a four-way?
I'm waiting for
The guys get
Freak Show to pop out of one of the
But
rooms.
like, no, hold on, the guy that was getting beat up by the dominatrix only dragged Hernandez and him in there too. Like, what, are they gonna have a four-way? Like, who's
Yeah,
fucking the guy? There's 3 on 1 here.
they
And
at
she's
least
a
wanna
dom
watch.
and she's a dominatrix, by the way, so she's not gonna get pegged. She's gonna
No.
do the pegging, dude. So I think it works, the whole, weird tongue-in-cheek comedy that, because it really is just part of the whole vibe and mood of this movie. When I was thinking about a movie like Thanksgiving, it doesn't work for me. I don't know why. It's just the dialogue is cringy. I don't think it works. But this movie was, yeah, I just think he's like, I think he was a star that burned too fast.
Yeah,
That's just my
it captures the early 2000s to a T, I mean,
I dude, it took 10 years and he follows up with a Cannibal Holocaust ripoff.
yeah.
And the not rip off knock knock remake, not a remake movie. And I'm not saying those movies aren't okay to some people. I don't think they're very good, but they just don't have the feel of this one. This one feels like a fucking big movie.
They have a lot of, I don't know, the little characters of these actors, like, you have Axel, dude, you just take them. Like the creepy guy that sits there and watches his two friends have sex right here. This
Oh
guy,
yeah.
you
Oh
take
dude.
them,
I love it, dude. He's
you'll
just like,
get
what?
all the pussy.
I like how all these guys are just having sex all the time, and they're all like within a foot of somebody else having sex, and they're just watch. First of all, that room would stink like sex,
Oh
dude.
yeah,
Can you imagine
this guy
being in
is
that?
creepier than hell, dude. It's like Damone, dude.
You know what he looks like? Don't touch, don't
Oh
touch.
yeah,
Like, yeah, only when I open my eyes. He looks like that guy from
he
Harold and
does,
Kumar, dude.
dude.
Yeah, you put
Yeah,
some long shaggy hair on him, and he's like tard. But no, Terry Thatcher, by the way. Yeah, the chick with the the chick at the bathroom with the towels. Don't even get me started on 90s Terry, dude. I think Terry Hatcher was fucking the most beautiful
oh
woman
yeah.
in the 90. Terry Hatcher and Tango and Cash, forget about it. Dude, that is
Marissa
peak
Tomei
best.
is up there too.
Yeah, but 80s Terry, dude, fucking, it's just unmatched, dude. Unmatched.
He's like, you want girls like this?
Yeah, these are
And he scrolls through the phone, dude.
and it's like him, dude.
He's like, oh.
And I love it because all this weird uncanny valleyness of how everybody's acting, it all comes together so well. I love it. Just the chick in the background, just getting just riding cowboy, dude. It's like it's so casual. And what does he got? Like a fucking what does he got? Like a cold
Yeah,
sore up there?
yeah, he has, like, a herpy on his lip, dude.
Look at that nose, dude. I just want to fucking take his nose. Take his nose. Got it.
"I can help you."
Why is that? You know what's funny? The whole got your nose thing doesn't look more like a clit.
It's a red one, dude. Jesus.
Ain't me like a red clit,
It's your
dude.
finger, dude?
Yeah, it's my thumb, dude.
Your
Got your
thumb
clit.
is freaking red, dude.
Got your clit. It's because you squeeze it. It's because the blood
Oh,
rushes
okay.
good. I got your
Oof.
clit. Got your clit. Okay. Anyway, yeah, look, I'm always looking at these pictures. But it seems silly, but when you find out that everything is all connected and stuff like that, and they're running this like hustle, it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And you know what? And it's funny because I went through my whole period in my 20s where I traveled,
Yeah.
but I told you I saw Hostel in like 2006 and I hadn't seen it since theaters. And it would be about 3 more years, 2 and a half, 3 more years that I would actually go on my travels. And I had kind of forgotten about Hostel. But as I was watching this movie, I'm like, holy shit, Eli must have traveled because this is the script and idea of somebody that has experience. All this stuff I experienced, in a sense. I know exactly where he got these ideas from.
Mhm.
Right, everything down to, like, you're gonna see the girls in the hotel. Remember where they put him in another room and he sees the other girls that do the same thing, like they're following a script? "We're gonna be at the spa.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
yeah.
cute." Dude, that shit happened to me.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, when you go to these foreign countries, man, you gotta do your research on all the local scams. I remember I was in China and I thought I was hot shit. I was pretty seasoned. I'm like, "Oh, no one's gonna get
Oh, this
me."
ass is great real quick.
Yeah, this is funny. I'll get back to the story. I wanna see this too. Yeah, these guys, Eli Roth is like epitome college humor. It's just like
Yeah,
college
yeah.
fucking he like bends over and you see his asshole and when he's like he shows it to the girls. There's like, "Ah, it's so great." That's not gross. Yeah, um, but I love it. And
Shave
okay,
my
really
ass
quick,
just for you.
just the character of Oli. I love how they don't explain it right away. It's just you got these 3 friends, we don't know if they've known each other 20 years or 2 months, and, like, when he disappears, they make notice, like, we don't really know him that well, we just met him a couple days ago. That happens all the time when you're traveling. Like, I traveled and I would you'd have a tag along. You'd meet someone and they'd just be in your fucking crew for a few days. And you would be hanging out and people wouldn't know. To other people, it's like you guys have been boys your whole life. But when you're like bonding over to the travel and you're both like traveling and backpacking, it's like you're like best friends that day.
Yeah.
So I could totally relate to the Oli, man. I knew a couple of Olis. The guy I met in Japan
Mhm.
on the fucking subway was my Oli.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, yeah. My first day in Japan, I'm riding the subway, and there's like another white guy, but he's German. He's got a scarf and he's got
Yeah.
like his fucking John Lennon glasses. And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" He's like, "Hey, what's up?" He wasn't from there either. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you want to go hang out?" Yeah, and we like hit the nightlife, dude. It's
Oh,
crazy.
really?
And this guy got so much fucking poon.
Really?
Oh, dude, he worked it. He was like
Hmm.
a good-looking younger kid, blonde hair, German blue eye, and just I remember we found ourselves travel story. I remember one particular night we were hanging out. We were trying to look for some action, just like something to do in the nightlife. And we were about to give up on this one particular night. And we're walking down an alley and we're just like, man, let's just call it a night. Nothing's happening for us. This is the worst night ever. Blah, blah, blah. And then like literally my buddy's like, shut up. Look behind you. And I look behind me and it's a sign. We like stumbled across like this fucking glow in the dark club and there's like a fucking line of just the most gorgeous women you've ever seen in your life.
Oh,
And
wow.
we started like mingling with these girls and he was like a little Casanova and it turned out it was a like a modeling competition for Tokyo Vogue. So it
Mm.
was just lined up with fucking young hot trim, dude. And,
Wow.
we kinda did the whole thing about, like, kinda mingle with somebody in line to get in, and, hey, they're with us. We kinda, like, schmoozed our way in this club,
Mhm.
and we're in this fucking Tokyo Vogue party, dude, with all these fucking models and model wannabes and shit like that, and I remember walking through this building. The only guys in this building were people that worked for the magazine.
Oh,
It was
wow.
it was 98% beautiful women, and we were, like, 2 guys out of, like, fucking not very money. And so we're getting dragged through this club holding the hands of these girls we met in line. And then we're just like going through a mob of hot chicks. And then I remember my buddy just going, pinch me. Oh, he's just like Oli. He's like, haha, getting touched by all these women. Oh, pinch me. I'm dreaming. Oh, he was just like Oli, dude. He's so funny. So fucking hilarious. And I remember after this was done, we were there. We met some other girls, and then we got the invite to an after party club that was open all night. And it was
Yeah.
like it was described as the Studio 54 of Japan, and boy was it! Like the who's who were there and have been there, and we were there all night long, and it was just the wildest night that I'm not capable of ever doing again in my life. But
Yeah.
it's a fantastic memory. It was like me doing something I would never do
Yeah.
ever. So I relate to Oli, dude. And I remember Oli was so funny. I remember I met him at this place he was staying at. We were like couch surfing and shit. And he
Mhm.
was like couch surfing in some like Japanese like college girl's house or apartment. And when I came in to like meet him, like we were gonna go do something that day, he was he was like, "Oh, I woke up. She just woke me up sucking my dick." He's like his host was sucking his dick, waking him up. God, I love Oli. And I love that guy. No party like a Japanese party. Thanks, Silhouette.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It was so much fun, dude. I just so I love the Oldies. So this movie is well researched. I can tell. And I'll wait to tell the story when we actually get to the a little bit later in it where the scams and the people and the girls and the I know this stuff, dude. Let's see. They had the Trauma Fest there at the same time as Cannes Film Fest. Ooh, the director's cut. I never seen the director's cut. Most of the time, the director's cuts are not very good. I'd say more often than not, I don't prefer director's cuts. They're neat, but directors themselves they can be overindulgent or
Is
whatever.
this
But
is this director's cut? This is what, 96 minutes, 94 minutes?
probably
I don't
not.
know.
This sounds like it's the regular. But anyway, so they're at the hostel now, right? Because the
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
the nose, he said, "You got to go to Slovakia.
Mhm.
You got to go to this place in Slovakia, and they got this, these whores that'll fucking just do whatever you want."
So they hopped
And
on the train there, then they sit next to some creepy ass guy that was eating salad with his hands and stuff like that, and,
he
I
looked
mean
like the guy. He looked like the guy from Hot Fuzz. A great big bushy
yeah.
beard. Nick Frost's dad, the chief of
Yeah,
police dude. And yeah, he was being all weird. He was giving him this fucking speech about there's the Quentin Tarantino reference, Spanish
Pulp
Samuel
Fiction.
Jackson. Yeah, and then so the guy was doing this whole thing about like, oh, eating the salad with his fingers, like Todd was saying. He's like, oh, he's trying to like
It's
be
like,
all deep or
"I like
something
to
about the
touch my
relationship.
food."
I like
Uh,
to be the relationship, which is weird because it makes you think, are they going to be cannibals? But like, that doesn't really go anywhere.
no, no.
I don't really know what that's all about. But yeah, he's QT referenced it. QT had his fingers all over this. I mean,
Yeah.
QT produced it. I think Eli Roth owes his whole career to Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, let's see, Serbian or something, Spanish and Slovakia. I don't know. I just know this is in Slovakia, I think.
Yeah.
And so anyway, long story short, the guy on the bus knew what they were talking about. Like, oh, you're going to the whatever that city is. Oh, and then he tried touching Harry Dunn's leg and he freaked out and
Yeah.
it became all weird. But anyway, so they go to the hotel that they were, sent to by the guy, the big nose guy. And they're like, "Oh, sorry, you have roommates. It's a hostel." They're like, "Oh, that's first of all, they say gay a lot in this. That's
Mhm.
gay." Like he really taps into that early
Well, that
2000s,
was
late 90s.
popular back then, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just so funny how dated it is. And their roommates are hot chicks, right? It's all part of the plan.
Mm.
And they're acting all surprised, like we got roommates, gay. Have they never stayed in a hostel before? Hostel's like a big
Well,
bunkhouse.
yeah, you think they stayed in a hospital before they went to this hostel, but,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
like hostels are like a room, and there's like usually
Yeah.
more people in there, and that's just kind of part of the experience.
Dang.
And dude, I'm sorry, I don't know why our main guy picks the blonde over that
The
brunette.
brunette's so hot, dude.
The brunette's so hot. Now the blonde has really good jugs. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, but
They're both hot, man.
the blonde, yeah, you wouldn't push any of them away. But I'm saying, but the brunette is the better of the two.
Yeah.
And Oli, dude, put his dick in the face. But let me tell you, dude, Euro guys are like that.
Oh,
Euro
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
they're super free and they're hilarious, dude. They're so funny. You remember that? You remember that video? This is kind of off topic. The Philadelphia Lamb of God
Yeah, yeah.
DVD. I love all the backstage footage, and they have footage of them touring with Children of Bodom. And Alexi from Children of Bodom was trying to pull Willie's dick out. He's like, "You cock out." He's like, "What? No." He's like pulling his dick out. Like, get your cock. He's like pulling. That's how Europeans are. And they think it's
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
They're
It's
pretty
so
open with
funny.
all that shit.
Orange jacket guy looks like Alan Tudyk. Who is that? Dudes, yeah, right there. Oh my god, I'm getting bricked up, guys. This is gonna get awkward in a second. Let me tell you. I tell you what, we couldn't do a Hostel Edge edition. That's for damn
Oh,
sure.
man.
We'd fucking be out, dude. Like 5 minutes. And I have to say something too. So I I think this film, it really does take its sweet ass time in a way to get to the actual hostel. You don't actually get to the hostel. It's like 50 minutes into the, but you enjoy all this buildup of, riding the train, visiting the guy with the phone pics, and going to the club, and this stuff. It it's weird because it might feel like it's paced kind of shitty, but no, man, I'm enjoying all the buildup.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I love this world, and everything that he's planting in this buildup is connected, from the Japanese girl at the hostel, obviously. Everything is gonna mean something. So
Well, it goes from happy and fun for the first half an hour to bleak and depressing,
yeah,
which is great.
yeah, no, it's
And you can tell, like, the color changes. I don't know, filming wise, if what happened there, but, um
well, I mean, directors use color all the time to, tell a story.
and,
They'll use
I mean, of course, the makeup with the girls and all that stuff. I mean, they go from looking like
they
10s
look like
to, like,
shit.
4s, you
No,
know,
they don't look
but
like fours,
you
but
know what I'm saying.
they're not wearing makeup anymore, and they're wearing, like, just, like, lounge
They're
clothes, like,
hanging
this,
out in, like, the local pubs with the big schlubs, dude.
which is great because that
Yeah.
just tells you they were on duty,
Yep, yep,
right? This is their uniform, this is their
yep.
job, and, yeah, like I said, all of this buildup, it all means something. I think when a movie is badly paced and it's really slow, it's giving you a lot of fluff that you don't fucking need. Like, let's get to the point, but we are in the point. All this stuff is the point, and it works very, very, very well. Oh, Alan Tudyk from Tucker and Dale vs.
Oh,
Evil.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know that guy. I didn't know his name, but I know who you're talking about now. I think this is the actor who played Oli, is only film role. Really, he's great, dude.
Yeah, he was really good. I think she's been in a few other things, but, nothing, like, really memorable, I don't think, other than this. The brunette.
Yeah, are all of those things on Pornhub, Todd? I don't know.
No, 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 some actual films.
So Harry Dunn doesn't make it easy for them to do their job. He's like running away, like, I gotta get some air,
Yeah.
like they're trying to advance this thing, and he's always like stepping outside or whatever. And we get to meet our fucking kid gang, who's
Oh, they're
awesome.
great. Yeah.
The kid gang is such a great like plot device. They're like they're the only people they talk to in this whole movie that have nothing to do with the hostel, right?
Mhm.
Everybody they meet in this fucking movie is connected and part of the hostel fucking ring, but these kids aren't, which is going to be great because it helps him later on, because the kids actually, sort of help him when he's escaping and shit like that. But they're so great, and I love it. They just they're called the Bubblegum Gang. They just want that candy. They want that gum.
I'll be back in, like, 2 minutes.
Oh, where are you going?
Dude, I had Wingstop, dude. My stomach's messed
Are you
up.
gonna shit?
No, 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 no.
You said your stomach. Dude, make it fast, dude. Can you fucking believe this, guys? Jeez Louise. Can't take a shit on me, dude. He better hurry up. Eating Wingstop on our member podcast. So, Harry Dunn, this is where we get that first glimpse. He's got that tattoo. They're sort of foreshadowing it. But that's what all those fucking hunter guys have, right? That are going to be at the hostel. They've all got this fucking mark. And it's just, this is the thing that really helps the gay theory, because I, why would you, I get it. The dude helped him out with the gang, but why would you buy him a drink and then sit that close to him and then put your hand on his leg? Like, dude, are you that dense? And then I don't know. This chick kinda comes back and apprehends him again, like, "Hey," and now they're up here doing, very straight stuff. Well, except for Oli there, trying to peg him in the ass, which is hilarious. Um, but yeah, I think there's some undertones with this character, like, "Yeah, that's right, let me go get a hot chick. I'll go up there. I'm getting a little uncomfortable getting bricked up talking to this dude at the bar. Oh, those chicken enchiladas." So he's like the creepy teacher from Sleepwalkers. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, I know Sleepwalkers, I haven't thought about what teacher? I don't remember that. I remember Sleepwalkers. I remember, the main guy from, the Blue Lagoon movie and his mom, and, they had the incestuous relationship. I remember his girlfriend. I remember the cop and his cat Clovis, but I don't remember the teacher. But it's been a minute since I've seen that, but I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid. But anyway, they're taking their time. It kinda I was kinda wondering why I get for the sake of the film, it spreads the film out better, but why didn't these girls just drug all 3 of them? Right? They're clearly working them. They're fucking both the main 2 guys from America, and they wake up and Oli's gone. And then it's good for the movie because you have them walking around for, like, 15, 20 minutes, like, "Where's Oli? Where's our friend?" Um, but I wonder what's the practical reasons for this, like, shouldn't they have just, like, drugged them all and they all woke up in the hot I mean, it would have, like, shaved 45 minutes off the movie. Look at Todd here. Did you have to piss out of your ass? You're muted.
Yeah, I don't know if that Uber Eats guy, like, screwed me over or what, or Wingstop did, one of the 2.
It's probably like this guy when I went to Missouri a couple weeks ago, I picked up my brother, my mom, and we were all flying out there, and I drove to Mesa. And right before the airport, there's fast food places. So I asked my
Yeah.
brother, do you need anything to eat before we get on this flight? And there's a Jack in the Box right down the road from the airport. So we went to Jack in the Box, and I got the rudest fucking person I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm a nice guy, but I don't take any shit. Like
Yeah.
this girl in the, I was like, I'm not eating. I'm taking my brother's order. I don't know the menu that well. I'm like, hey, what do you want? And you know how somebody like reads off. They're reading the menu and they tell
Yeah.
you, and I'm just repeating it. He's like, I want a number or whatever. I'm like, okay, a number this, and I want 2 orders of the mini taco. And I'm repeating it. And this chick's like, yeah, what do you want with your number one? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you want to drink? She's like yelling at me. I'm like, you're used to them saying, and what would you like to drink with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Guide me. And she's like, what do you want, bro? And I'm like,
Oh my god.
Excuse me. I'm like, and I just said, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
isn't it customary maybe for you to ask me? Like, how do you know I've never been here before? I'm kind of reading off other people's orders here. He's like, do you want, and it's whatever it was, what it is. And I gave him the order and fuck, dude, I pulled around to the window and she went on the defense immediately. She opened up that fucking window and she was like, what did she say? She was attacked. She threw shit at me. She threw the drink, dude, my brother's drink. She shoved it at me
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
god,
and she's
dude.
like, pull around, then spot one, and we'll bring it out to you. There's nobody in line. She's just trying to get rid of me. It's like there's no backup.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm like, and I didn't go anywhere, dude. She shut the window, and I'm standing out there like, no, no, no. I'm looking at my mom, like, no, 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 no. And then I'm staring her down, and she finally comes back. I'm like, what is your problem? Like, what is your problem? Like, why are you being rude? It's like, I'm not being rude. It's like, you're being rude. Like, I'm being rude. Like, it was this whole fucking thing. I'm like, no, 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 no. So you were gonna like, this is ridiculous, and it just went on and on. And I'm like, what fucking Twilight Zone did I step into? And I didn't even realize it, but I pulled around to the spot when it just kind of fucking was going nowhere. And I was like, you fucking threw the drink at me. Like, what's your fucking attitude? She was like some fucking kid, like 18, 19.
Yeah, yeah.
And I realized she didn't charge me. So she was trying to get me out of there fucking right away.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
but no, no, I went to the front and I'm parking and I'm still venting. And my brother Andrew, I'm not eating. My
Yeah.
brother Andrew's like, I'm really fucking worried about this food, dude. I'm like venting about the problem. He's like, no, I'm really fucking worried about this. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, mom got a wrap. He's like, dude, I got a, he's like, the drink is like, and no, what did he say?
Have a
He's like,
loogie floating
he's
in
like,
it or
mom's got a
something?
sandwich. He's like, dude, I got a fucking wrap. Like it was and a manager ended up bringing out the food, and that was that. And the manager didn't acknowledge it. She didn't say, "Hey, sorry about that." She said, "Here you go." Like, what the fuck? I'm like, I just I was appalled, and it was funny. Like, I remember like just a minute after him drinking the drink, like, I can't fucking drink this anymore, dude. Like somebody came in this.
I wouldn't trust it either, man.
He ate it. It all got eaten. It's just like,
Well, of course, Andrew would eat it.
dude, I've never had an experience like that in my life. There's just no fucking reason for it.
So
Hey,
Ollie goes missing,
well,
and the kids are back.
when you were fucking shitting your guts out a second ago, I
Hey,
was
it didn't
talking
take me
about
long. It took me 2
I
minutes.
no, that was good, but I was talking about that. So, when he was at the bar with the weirdo gay dude,
Mhm.
and, it adds to the theory that maybe he's, like, gay or closeted because, he touched his leg and it's getting a little weird, and then the girl comes up and grabs him, "Hey, it's my turn now," and he almost kinda has this, like, thing of now he's fucking her, probably because he has to prove to himself, like, you know what I mean? Like, "Oh, I was just getting really uncomfortable with a guy. I'm gonna go fuck her." Now his standards went out the window, right? Because before he's, like, all nervous, like, "No, no, I gotta go fuck now." And, anyway, I was talking about that whole scene because I said, "What is what is the practical reason why they didn't drug all 3 of them?" Now, I know what the reason is for the movie because it builds the suspense. They all wake up and Ollie's gone, and then we
Yeah.
get this next 30 minutes of them going, "Where's our friend? Where's our friend?" And it's building tension. But in real life, why didn't they just drug all 3 of them? Why'd they just drug 1?
Well, they drugged, the Asian girl and Ollie, right?
Yeah, the Asian friend and Ollie, but why didn't they just do all of them? Like, why
Well,
what's the point?
it could be the same guy killing everybody. I mean, you can't kill them all at the same time because he
But you can entrap them. You could take them and lock them up and stuff
yeah,
because
but he
look,
it's like a cat and mouse game. I mean, he went to the club and was hanging out with them, pretending like he wants to get to know him still
I
before,
think
like,
this scene was really well done where they're, like, thinking it's Ollie, he's got the jacket, and, when they
"This is
had the I
my
think
it."
yeah, "This is my jacket." I thought it was done really, really well. But really though, where did he get that jacket? We never see that guy again. Why wouldn't Ollie have a jacket? Did he, like, lose his jacket on the street when he got taken? Like, where's the jacket? Like, where
Well, he has Switzerland, that guy's not from Switzerland, obviously.
I know, but how did he get the jacket?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah, I mean, I don't
Like,
know.
when they took him, did he, like, drop his jacket on the street and some random guy took it? But he seemed to be really defensive,
I'm
or is
sure
he part of the ring?
he works at the, warehouse, I'm sure.
I love all these funny pictures they keep sending, dude. It's like the fucking severed head, like, with a
Oh, yeah.
background, like, "Oh, like, yeah, I left." And it's like fucking dead eyes, dude. It's so funny.
And the fact that everything's on a flip phone makes it that much better because, I
Oh,
mean,
so dated.
God, I
But
mean, those
look,
pictures were so terrible back then when we had those things.
it still doesn't make sense though, because I mean, yeah, is it just this one guy taking them?
It's multiple guys,
But what's the real reason why they couldn't? Because they were clearly partying with them. Look, for this to work and then to get all these people, um, this is almost like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre trick where they don't
oh,
actually
yeah.
show it to you. You think it is, and you're like wincing, but you don't actually see it. But
Yeah.
you remember seeing the toe come off. But anyway, I
But they
they
gotta be
run,
cycling through all the people in the hostel, so, I mean, it's
but
not just them,
but
they're probably the
yeah,
last people to check in, so it's like
you're right because they got other people running other rooms.
yeah.
But you would just think if they're doing this in other rooms, there would just be other. I don't know. You would meet other travelers and talk because when I was traveling, you talk to the other traveler like, "Hey, bro, can you believe this place? Yeah, dude, these fucking bitches like us." You would think somebody would maybe kind of put it together.
But the
I
first day they were there, though, there was a lot more people in the club and
Mhm.
actually in the hostel.
But anyway, maybe if there's a lot more people when they're running through, I guess, because if they're playing the long game with them, they run the risk of they could have went home because again, they don't know Ollie that well. I can
Yeah.
tell you honestly, if somebody it is kind of like that where they were talking about how like, dude, fucking people this is Europe, man. They'll
Yeah.
fucking disappear in the middle of the night and they'll be in Italy the next day. It kind of is like that, man. Like I met some people and you're like best friends, but people are just moving so fast. It's kind of like a mutual agreement. Hey, we're fast friends for a day and then I'm out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this the whole time. If this was me and you, which by the way, you got to be the gay guy, okay? I'm just kidding.
Why?
I'll be the Mexican guy. Come on, they're both just as bad, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
you look more Mexican than I do.
No, I was gonna say, I was picturing us here. If this was us and we met in Ollie and we knew Ollie for I don't know how long they've been traveling. A few days, did they say?
Yeah,
Or
a couple days with him.
few days. And he vanished.
I would
I
think
mean,
nothing of it.
honestly, would you really wanna, like, dig this deep into it? Or would
No.
you or, would you get the I mean, honestly, he obviously has a bad feeling. Like, it's kind of everything seems a little off, but I don't know, man. If I had a weird feeling, I might just be going on that train and like, "Okay, I'm outta here." Like, I'd have
Yeah.
to trust my gut, especially after he goes to the police.
Yeah.
Like, look, you reported it. What else can you do, man? Like, what else can you do?
Well, once I see that front desk manager that, "No, he wasn't here, he checked in."
I
That
love
guy that guy creeps me
he's
in.
like the party man of this movie,
Yeah.
dude. Fucking party man. He's
Yeah,
funny.
man.
But yeah, I just think, well, at a point, his real friend is missing, and then he's a little bit more stuck,
Yeah.
right? But, like, once Ollie was gone, I'd be like, "Dude, I don't know, man. Let's just, let's move on." But I get it. They weren't totally convinced yet. They were still in denial. They're still partying with chicks and shit. But I just, the movie had me so pulled in that I'm, like, rooting for him to, "Guys, turn around. Just leave. You could get out of this before it's too late." But, yeah, and they get, Harry Dunn is gonna get it, and the only thing that saved, Hernandez here is because he locked himself in that storage room,
Yep.
which I wonder why they let that stop him. You think they would've they know where he went, they're expecting him to get drugged and probably he said he was going to the bathroom. Why did he actually go in the bathroom or did he go in a storeroom?
No, I think he
Closet.
went into storage closet accidentally thinking it was a bathroom, he passed out.
Oh, so maybe that's why they
He had a
lost him.
lock behind him, yeah.
Okay, because I thought if he was in a bathroom, like, dude, you'd think they would fucking kick down that door, they'd get him out, but you're right, if he
Well, they know he's coming back to the hostel eventually, so
yeah, let me see, so wait, Harry Dunn's coming back, and he's feeling sick. He's like, "I'm
yeah, because
feeling really."
they drugged
They
him.
drugged him, and, everybody's in on it, the maitre d' there, desk clerk, all that, and they're all beautiful, by the way. I
Yeah.
like when Oli was partying with the fucking desk clerk, dude, at the
Oh,
club.
yeah.
That's like hostel life, dude. Like, I was renting the hostel I was working in Scotland, and I'm just you're kind of, like, working through the shift, checking in everybody that's scheduled to come in, but then, like, when you're done, you're partying with everybody.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it's so much fun. That was, like, all the fun of it. Everybody's, like, going to the fucking pubs, like, "Alright, I'm coming too," and you're always having a good time, dude. Shooting
Huh.
pool, drinking. We went, sledding. We went moat sledding, dude, down a drained moat in an old ass castle. We were just, like, having the best
Didn't you get
time.
deported from Scotland?
There was a threat, but they didn't catch me. "You gotta catch me first, bitch." I had to evacuate, dude. I had to, like I remember my
Weren't they
boss
like,
was
"Oh,
like
Aaron, you got to go, you got to
that's
go."
I remember in the middle of the fucking night, dude, my boss came out to my bunkhouse like, "What the fuck?" Like, she's lucky I didn't have hardwood, dude, and I wasn't, like, beating off in my bunkhouse, dude, but she's like, Aaron, you got to go. You got to go, Aaron. I'm so sorry, you got to go." And she, like, made me pack my shit up, like, lightning fast, and I wasn't even awake, dude. I'm, like, fucking in her car, and she's driving me to the next city over to hop on a fucking bus, dude, like,
Oh,
I'm, like,
Jesus.
I'm just, like, my head's spinning, like, "What the fuck's going on?" And, like,
Didn't you know you didn't have a visa or something?
I got thrown into, a bus station thinking, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I was thinking on my feet, I'm, like, going, "Alright, I guess I'll go to London because this is in the middle of the night, I couldn't call anybody, so I just got on an overnight bus to London, which was, like, 8, 9 hours, and
Yeah.
then my whole plan I had a long lot of time to think on that fucking overnight bus, like, "What the hell am I gonna do?" And, my plan was, "Okay, well, as soon as I get to London, I'm gonna get a payphone, and I'm gonna call this one dude I met at the hostel on one of those, like, nights where you have travelers come in." I met
Yeah.
friends, and it was like, he gave me his number, so, luckily, I had a phone number because I didn't have smartphones then. I didn't have smartphones, I didn't have
Yeah,
Facebook,
there wasn't any
none.
of that, yeah.
So I was literally going off a number he wrote down. So luckily I had that, and, um, yeah, and my plan was hope to God he answers, and I got there early in the morning, and I
Mhm.
called him, and I just caught him as he was about to leave for work. I was like, "Oh, thank God, Mark, why don't you come pick me up?" And he met me somewhere in the city, and he shows up, and he met me, and, I think it was after work. I think I had to kill some time or whatever, but yeah, he ended up putting me up for my remainder of my time there, and it was so funny because that whole trip, he wasn't supposed to have guests over because like all the fucking landlords are Pakistani and they're
Oh,
like
okay.
hardcore, dude. They did fucking bed checks all the time. They rented a house, but this landlord was popping in all the time, make sure nobody live here rent free, nobody, all
Yeah,
the time, dude. It was like
yeah.
Nazis. And one time I was staying there while he was at work, dude. I'm staying in the house, and he told me, he's like, if you hear the guy come in the door, you need to fucking go in my bedroom. That's what he told me. He's like, if anybody comes, if he comes to the door, you hear someone coming, just go upstairs and go in my bedroom. No, you're safe there. He's not going to come in the bedroom. It's just go in there. I was like, okay. And I remember I'm on my computer, and fucking I hear the door open, like, oh, and I start running upstairs, and I'm like, oh shit. And I go upstairs and I go in his bedroom, like, okay. I'm like waiting, just listening to him, and I hear him in the hall getting closer. No, no, he's like coming. It's all wood floors, and I'm like, he's not. And he started opening my friend's bedroom door. I'm like, and then I fucking went under the bed, dude. I'm like literally hiding under the
You're
bed.
like
Like,
Kevin McAllister, dude.
oh, I was hiding under the bed, and I'm like, I see his feet and everything, like in the movie. He's like, oh, like please don't see me.
Oh
I
my
was waiting for, I was
gosh.
waiting. No, gotcha. Like no, or like do that thing in the movies where they pull you. No, pull your ass out, and
The
it's like,
Scary Movie 2 where the clown did, he grabs the
it,
clown.
it was so fucking scary. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening to me. And anyway, that whole thing ended because like whenever I left, I didn't know how I was gonna go home. I was scared I was gonna go to the airport and I was gonna get arrested. Like they marked my passport and I was on the list, and which normally is what happens. And I didn't know what to do. I was fucking scared shitless. Like, how do I get home? I don't know what to do. And I remember I called the airport for my buddy's house, and I said, okay, I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna try and just get some information. Like I have this friend. That whole thing.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I remember I called customs and I'm like, hey, I got a question. So I have this friend, not me at all, but I have this friend who's in a predicament. What if my friend did this and that and that, and would he be on what would happen if he went to the airport? What would happen in a case like that? And it was funny, I was doing that whole fucking shtick, and I'll never forget this guy on the other phone. He made me feel like such an idiot. He's like, sir, are you seriously trying to tell me that you plan on coming to the airport? When he knew.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
my advice to you, because my plan was to go to the airport and turn myself in. And when I was saying that in hypotheticals, he's like, "Sir, are you trying to tell me you want to come to the airport to customs and turn your friend in? Here's my advice to you. Your friend Aaron, I don't see him on the list. Let's just say that. I would suggest whatever it is you're doing, stop it. Do not come here and turn yourself in. Are you fucking mad?" He made me feel like such an idiot. And it was funny after that call, dude. My buddy called me from work. He's like, Aaron, and I just had this call with the consulate. He's like, I got to thinking about that idea of yours. The more I sit here, I'm on the train. I'm thinking to myself, the more and more the idea of you going into the airport and turning yourself, that's pretty fucking retarded, mate. I was like, man, fucking close call, right? You should have told me that before I called him. And so I got lucky because my buddy got busted and they did the whole thing to him. But for some reason, I evaded it and they didn't get my information. My boss didn't cave. She didn't have any record. So I squeaked by.
Oh, wow.
So I wasn't actually marked. So I
Well, what
count
what would
my
have happened if you would have gotten
I would have gotten deported. They would have sent me on a plane back, and my passport would have got a strike. I would have got a strike on my passport,
mm,
which you don't want that. I might not have been welcome. I wouldn't be able to fucking go back to the UK. I bet they'd see that fucking strike on there. It'd be in the system.
I think you called me, like, on Skype or something one time, and you were saying, like, you were trying to get, like, information on where the consulate was or something, or the US consulate, or
Speaking
when
of,
you knocking on the door, "Hey, I need to get home."
like, I was gonna go there and be like, "I'm sorry, mother. Please look, I did this. Help me. I just want to go home." Like, I was gonna make it worse for myself. Hey, on the topic of that, so we got
Oh,
Harry Dunn.
man.
Yeah,
Oh,
Harry Dunn. This whole scene's great.
yeah.
Harry Dunn is getting tortured by this dude. He cuts his fucking Judds right from
Mhm.
Pet Cemetery, both of them. He's like, "Oh, as you wish, you're free to go," and he falls. And um, the whole time, I'm thinking his friend, because he goes missing, and his friend's going to go to the local police, right? and you find out the cop is working in
They're
on
all
it
in on it,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, he sees him from the hostel place. He sees the cop leaving, whatever. Like, oh, they're all in on. But why didn't he go to the U.S. embassy? And I looked. I googled up the town they're in. There is a U.S. embassy in this town in Slovakia. They're in real life.
Oh, really?
Why you go to the fucking embassy
Yeah,
always,
yeah.
always. Like, don't go to fucking the foreign.
Well, when
Go
was the
to your.
embassy in was that recent, or has it been there for a while?
It's probably been there for a while, but I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Go. I don't give a shit. Even if there's not one there, you take a train to
The
the
nearest
nearest city
town.
that has
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
You go to the embassy. And if he would have went to the US consulate, he would not be in this mess because you can guarantee the US embassy is not a part of this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They would have gotten him some help. They would have gotten a lot farther than he did. So, but to be fair, this is their first trip. He might have not been thinking about it. You're not necessarily the smartest if you're green around the. This can transition into the story I was going to say where I have an experience here. I had a moment like that too. So he's gonna have this moment now, right? So he shows up back at the hostel. He's like, "Your friend, he check out. Yeah." He's like, "Is this your bag?" He's like, "Don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. We'll get you another room." And he gives him another room, and that's where he goes to that room. And there's different roommates, two more hot chicks. They're literally doing the same thing. They're undressing. They're saying, "Oh, we're going to the spa." Here they are, these hot pieces of ass right here. Hey, it's a brunette and a blonde too. It's literally the same. And they're saying the same shit down to a script. We're going to the spa, like, you're cute, ha, ha, ha. And that's where it's like a little light bulb goes off in his head. So when traveled to Asia, by this time I had been to a few places, and I felt like a real pro. And I went to China, and I knew that, okay, if I'm in a place with no English and it's a bigger city, because I went to Beijing, there's going to be a lot of people preying on US or English speaking tourists. That's just how it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And, but I got a little distracted because I was in, another city in China for like 4 months, a city called Tianjin, which wasn't a touristy place. It was just a college town, and there was none of that shit going on. It was regular people. It wasn't people trying to fucking hustle you. It wasn't a big city. I was more of a commodity there. It's like, like, "Oh, look at this white guy." People treat me like I was Brad Pitt, dude. I've got pictures with a bunch of fucking kids. Like, I donated a whole bunch of money to like a youth
They're
center.
all touching your face and your hair.
Yeah,
Oh,
people would come up to me and rub my beard, like, "Oh," they would just be like invasive and stuff. They wanted to touch my hair, and yeah, dude, I let it inflate my head for like 4 months, and so it made my guard come down when I went to Beijing, and but I still did a little research. I love he's choking this kid out, dude. Why does this give me so much pleasure to watch this kid seeing God, dude? He's like, it's like, go a little further. You're almost there. He's almost there. He's almost.
why do you want the kid to get choked
He's like,
out?
it's brutal, dude. Because you're seeing this guy get taken to the edge,
This
dude.
guy's fucking creepy right here, dude.
Yeah.
This cop, dude.
I wonder if all the cops are in on it, or he
A
just picked the
bald
wrong
comb
one.
over. Oh,
But I'm saying, I wonder if all those cops are in on it, or if he just picked the wrong one, because that's the one we see at the hostel. You know.
yeah.
But yeah, he should have went to the embassy. But anyway, so I go to Beijing, and I had already done my due diligence. I looked up all the common hustles that go around the city, right? And there's a whole bunch of them. And there was one. I was staying in a hostel right outside of Tiananmen Square. You guys know Tiananmen Square, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so right around Tiananmen Square, and there was a very known scam that went on inside Tiananmen Square during like the daytime, the tourists, because Tiananmen Square is big. You go inside that square, it's like all walled off square,
Mhm.
and you have to enter it. And you go in, and it's a whole like bazaar and a whole bunch of stuff. And so I'm thinking, okay, great. Once I go in Tiananmen Square, I'm going to be ready for it. And you know, and these scams were just like this with these girls, where you can go online to forums and be like, yeah, they have a script, like, and everybody will like share their story. So it's a thing you can research. Anyway, they caught me slipping because there was known as the tea house scam, and it was
Mhm.
you go in Tiananmen Square during the day, you get approached by whatever. Okay, One night, I met this girl on a flight coming back from Tokyo because I went from China to Tokyo for a little bit and came back to China. And I met this girl on the flight coming back, and we're like, "Hey, let's grab dinner." Yeah, you meet fast friends. It's
Mhm.
just the way it is. And she was English speaking Asian. I can't remember actually if she was actually from the U.S. or I actually don't remember. But anyway, I was going to go meet her at this restaurant in Beijing, and once again, I didn't have GPS or a smartphone. I'm literally going off like MapQuest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that was like the precursor to GPS, the MapQuest directions. And this is at night, so my guard is down, and so I'm walking, and I'm not realizing it, but I'm walking along. I mean, I realized it, but it was subconscious. I'm walking along Tiananmen Square on the outside after hours, so the
Mhm.
wall. I'm walking, but I'm not in there. I'm just walking, trying to find the subway station because all the street signs are in Chinese.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm fucking struggling. It's like I'm just trying to find the fucking train station so I can get to, and I'm going to where I think it is, but, I'm walking along, and then all of a sudden I hear, "Oh, where you from? Where you from?" And I look behind me, and this group of attractive, like, Chinese girls all come up to me. Now, this didn't raise a red flag because I was used to this in Tianjin for 4 months
Yeah.
because they genuinely acted like that around me, and it was genuine. And so they're just, like, flocking around me, and I'm like, "Oh, hi, I'm from America." "Oh my god, America." They're like everything about me was amazing.
Yeah.
And, I was like, "Well, what are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna go meet a friend. I'm trying to find the bus sta I'm trying to the subway, but I'm gonna meet a friend for dinner." And they kept just hanging on to me, walking with me. They're like, "Oh, no, come to us. Come with us." I'm like, "No, I got a friend to meet." And they kept pushing it. They're like, and they were saying, "Hey, let's we want to show you something," and I'm like, "That's nice and all, but I got a date to meet." And they're like, "Oh, it's really ancient, something ancient and cool and Chinese, great for American tourists to see." And I'm like, "Oh, no, no, no." And then they sweetened the pot. They were like, "Look, it's on the way. It's not a detour, and we'll even take you to the subway after." I'm
Hmm.
like, "Okay, it won't cost me any time." And they'll even make sure I find the subway, which I was kind of struggling. So I'm like, all right, but they got me. They said the nicest thing. They're like, "Oh, your voice, you must do voiceover work." And I'm like, all right, knock it out. No, like they got me. Like, oh yeah, like literally they're all over me. And I feel like Zach Morris or whatever. And anyway, so they take me down this right turn into like a dark alley, and I'm thinking, okay, this is an interesting path to go to get to this ancient thing. Like I'm thinking I'm going to like a shrine or
Yeah.
something, like in a park, and I'm going down a dark alley, and the alley just gets narrower and narrower and darker, and I've got like these 5 6 hot bitches around me, like, all right. And at a point I'm like, guys, okay, are we almost there, because like I'm gonna be late, like, oh yeah, yeah. And then we at the end of this dark alley is a little shanty. And they walk me into this fucking shanty. Now, mind you, there's like half the girls are in front of me, half the girls are behind me. They're making sure I'm in the middle of the bunch.
Oh, okay.
So they're like shuffling in, and I'm like, I can't just like if I was gonna like, okay, I gotta go, I'm gonna knock them down like bowling pins. So it was all very calculated. And they lead me into this place, and it's a tiny little hut. It's got like a main room and a back room. And then they walk me into this back room, and once again, girls behind me, in front of me, they're just kind of shuffling in like cattle. And in this room is a round table, and this round table took up the entire fucking room.
Yeah.
So it's like there was no space for anything else. And they made sure, again, I'm in the middle. They filed in around the round table around the back. They made sure I was in the middle, cornered in this room, behind this table. I couldn't easily get up and leave.
Yeah.
And so they're saying, "Oh, this is a Chinese tradition. Like we drink tea." I'm like, okay." I'm like, and I don't want to spit on tradition. So this server comes out, and he's giving us tea, and they're giving us tea in these little thimbles. And they're like, "Oh," I'm like, "Okay, cheers, yeah." I'm trying to be a good sport, doing my little tea, like, great. And the rounds kept coming, and eventually I'm like, I got pissed.
Were
I'm
they
like,
giving you
"Guys,
sake or something?
look, no." I'm like, "Guys, a fucking enough.
Yeah.
Like, this is bullshit." Like, they kept prolonging it, prolong. I'm like, "All right, guys, I gotta fucking go." And as soon as I tried to get up and I tried to force my way out because I was tired of this bullshit after like fucking 5 rounds of fucking thimble tea, and then as I tried to get out of the room, In walks about 5 fucking Asian guys, you know,
Oh,
fucking,
jeez.
and they took all my fucking money. They robbed me.
Oh,
And, they intimidated the fuck out of me like they're little Jackie Chans, and I was, like, cornered in this fucking room. I got hot bitches behind me. I got fucking Jackie Chans
come
in front
on,
of me.
Van Damme. You can get out of that
Dude
situation.
this fucking room was, like, fucking 10 feet wide, and it's just I'm surrounded, dude. And, anyway, like I said, this guy, he didn't think correctly. He shoulda went to the embassy. He shouldn't have gone to local police. I should've, well, I might've got my ass kicked, but I shoulda got on my phone, and I fucking shoulda right away called the embassy. I shoulda had that number fucking loaded up, by the way. I shoulda
Yeah.
had it say, I should've went to the embassy, but instead I caved, I got robbed, and, whatever. I didn't do the right thing, and I remember after they robbed me, I was walking back home. Dude, I had never been as such ashamed of myself. I'm, like, walking back like, "Gee, I'm glad it's raining." 'Cause no one can see my tears. My head's down, dude, like fucking
Uh,
1 minute I'm fucking God to these people, and
mhm.
now I'm walking down the same fucking wall, down the same road, like, "What happened? I lost everything. I had bitches before and money. I was going, and now I got no
Hey, at
money,
least
no
they didn't
bitches."
kill you.
Dude, it's a good thing I paid up and I had money.
Yeah.
I gave them all the money I had. I haven't but,
They
anyway,
take your clothes too.
that'd been funny, dude, walking this dude, and I'm wearing, like, boxer shorts, and,
There's
anyway,
a bunch of Asians. Oh,
it
oh.
wasn't even so much the money. I felt ashamed of myself, like, I can't believe I got duped because I was so prepared. Like, I was the guy that would've probably laughed like, "Oh my god, you're not prepared, dude? What are you, a rookie?" Like, and they fucking caught me slipping. I was, like, so ashamed of myself, and it's funny when I got back, to my hostel, licking my wounds, I pulled up my laptop and I Googled it. I'm like, "Where did I miss this one?" And
Mhm.
sure enough, I found, like, I don't know if they had Reddit back then, but I found, like, a forum, and oh, yeah, some guy was all I found this forum where all these guys were telling the same story, and it was so funny. I read one. He's like, "Yeah, man, they said I had a great voice and I do voiceover work." I'm like, "Fucking no!" Like, and that cut the most because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, they didn't even mean that."
So what, did you
Like,
have to
dude,
leave? Did you have to leave after that? You're out of money?
no, no, my
Or
hostel was completely paid for.
oh,
So, I
okay.
mean, this was at the end of my trip. It
Oh,
it
okay, at least it
it
was
kinda
yeah.
worked out where I didn't need a lot of money. I mean, they took all the money I had, but, um, yeah, I was okay. But, But, yeah, man, I literally these people were recounting, the shit that they were saying to me, they were all saying it by a script. It
Mm,
was all the fucking same. Like, God dang it, dude. And it was like, yeah, it's like it's known as and I knew about the Tiananmen tea hustle, but it was always depicted as they work inside the square during day. I was not expecting to be outside of the square at night, but
mm,
fucking I was. And yeah, people say the same things. Like, yeah, they take you here, blah 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 blah. They say you have a great voice, you should do radio, blah 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 blah. All this fucking same shit. You're not special, bro. And then they take you into a little hut where a bunch of fucking Jackie Chan gang members pretty much threaten to beat the shit out of you or steal all your money if you don't pay, and they send you home packing. Like, I was like, oh, god dang it. They're like, it's a good thing you didn't have your passport, dude. Or like, they
like
fucking
my
take.
man is packing.
Um. Anyway, that's a long story, man. Yeah. Anyway, Hostel's got a wait. Hostel's got too much filler? Yeah, let me see what we said. Fuck that shit's nuts. You're lucky I didn't get trafficked. Yeah, because it could this is how Hostel works too.
Mhm.
The traffic is similar, right?
Yep.
I mean, I'm not saying you should go out and watch Sound of Freedom. That's a bit of an exploitation. But they show that in Sound of Freedom where it's like they have these things where they're doing casting for young models. And they bring, they get a woman to sort of honeypot people because no one think a woman's going to be
Yeah.
a threat to a kid because it's statistically not women, it's men. And the dad's like, "Oh, your daughter should model," and they go after poor people that could use the money, and the kids really want to do it, and they bring him to some shady hotel room where they're doing the auditions, and they never see him again. The dads or parents come back, "Okay, meet us back here," and they're on a bus somewhere getting dispersed. And so, yeah, it could have been. So you could get trafficked like that too. I'm lucky I just got my fucking money stolen and my fucking humility destroyed, dude. I felt like less of a man. Like I cannot believe, dude. I got fucking almost conned by a Chinese Catholic priest, dude. You can't trust any of them. They had one Catholic church in Beijing, which was wild. And this guy took me through the monastery and everything. Not a monastery, but he was like the priest, the father, and he was showing me all this shit. And he took me through these tunnels where he had all these like fucking fathers like painting shit. It was like a sweatshop. It was weird. And by the end of it, he was trying to take my fucking money. Granted, this is during the day. I said, "Hey, fuck you, father. I survived the Tiananmen Square. I can get out of this because I'm in like a big fuck. I was. It wasn't like a Tiananmen. I'm like, you ain't gonna get me again,
Catholic
fucking
priest is
bitch."
going after your money in China. That's hysterical.
So freaking weird, dude. But
Hey, wonder if they call him Pastor Yen.
he probably was like Pastor Yen, dude. It's so funny though, dude. When you know what's funny is when I in that tea house, I took a souvenir on the way out, like at the front, they had like these canisters of tea, and I fucking swiped one, and I had it. And I had it for the longest time, and I kept it as a memento, as a reminder. I had like this Chinese tin with tea in it, and I'm like, that fucking tea is the most expensive tea I ever fucking stole bought in my life.
How much did
And
they get out of you? Like a grand or what?
I wasn't carrying a grand on me in cash,
Oh,
no.
okay.
The currency exchange rate was great. What I had in my pocket was a lot more in Chinese money than it was in US money, so it
Mhm.
didn't annihilate me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and I lost this tin can that I got from that memento of tea, in a move somewhere, and I hate it because I still wish I had it, I could show it in the stream, like, "This thing, this is that night." I was prepared to tell my wife, "I want my ashes in this. I'm gonna fucking this you know how much this fucking cost me?" Jeez Louise, man. So Mutineer is saying something interesting. He said this is like a half hour short stretched out interminably. I don't know. I could see how it could be a short, but I it does. I can see what you're saying because 2/3 of the movie is all build up. But I just enjoy the build up, I guess.
I love the buildup, and I do love the torture stuff too. I think it's pretty effective, and it's I don't know. I The special effects are great, and the kills are really good. So I don't find it drags at all. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. If the buildup wasn't interesting at all, it would drag because yeah, it's like the last 30 minutes were in the hostel and stuff. But I don't know. I kind of enjoy the buildup, and it's not as violent as I remember it. It's violent, but it shocked me
There
so much more.
there's one scene where it's still really hard to watch. It makes you sick.
This is great. I mean, this is cleverly written. Like, how is he going to get out of this? I'm going to have him vomit in the ball gag, and he has to take it out because he doesn't want his investment dying on choking on his vomit. He wants to
Yeah.
enjoy the kill. Like, I think this scene is pretty well
Oh,
written
it's
the way it's,
great with the
you know,
chainsaw and everything, and the
and
whole
cuts his fingers off,
Texas
and
Chainsaw Massacre where he drops it on his leg.
yeah, it's execute. I think it's executed pretty cool.
And
And
the eyeball scene is just disgusting, dude. That's coming a little later.
a silhouette. I did lose my spirit, man. If you meant like my soul flying and me dying, yeah, losing money is better than that. But I felt like I lost my fucking. I felt deflated, dude. I felt so ashamed. Dude. I didn't tell anybody because I was so humiliating. Last thing I was gonna do is tell like people I knew or travel with, like guys. I fell for. I got honey potted by all these bitches, thinking like because it's embarrassing. Like, oh, you really thought you were good looking? You thought you had the great voice? Oh, that's so funny. You had the coming. It's hilarious, dude. It's ridiculous.
You got.
No, it's honey. But yeah, I love it. I think this scene's well because it does. You generally ask like, how is this guy going to get out of this?
Yeah, yeah.
He has to get out of it, but
Mhm.
how? And I couldn't even remember all the details, but everything is so well done. Like he's trying to gag him, put
Yep.
his fingers out.
Bite his fingers.
It's cool because it's his investment.
Mhm.
And then everything he's gonna slip on the vomit.
Mhm.
I love that dude. Cuts his fucking
Dude,
fingers off.
that's brutal. That looks great.
Yeah. And he's gonna slip on the vomit, and like you said, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing happens. But still, it's not as violent as I remember it. Because in 2006, I remember it being brutal. And
Well, I mean, this is one of the I mean, this is
this
one of
movie
the starts for one of the
when
course
did
torture
Saw come
for
out? The first Saw was like 2004, right? A little
Yeah, but
before.
this is a lot more effective than Saw movies, I think.
But let me tell you though, Saw 1 wasn't that violent.
No.
It's just leading up to the sawing off the foot. It's
Yeah.
all build up. So I feel like you could even say this influenced Saw to really push the envelope after
Yeah.
this, because maybe I think Saw 2 maybe came out maybe after this, I don't know, but maybe this movie walked so that stuff can run, but torture porn was all the rage for a while,
Oh, yeah.
you
It
know,
was
because
everywhere after that.
Saw 2 is way more violent than Saw 1. Saw like, when they throw those people in the vat of syringes, dude,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, dude, I can't fucking watch this shit."
And see, I love the first Saw, but I can't go back and watch any of the sequels really. I mean, they really don't do it for me anymore.
Mhm.
Hey, remember this, DVD player?
Yeah.
Remember this? Yeah, it just I
I
just
love
sit there
how
watching
I
porn.
love how dated it is.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you watching porn unless you're gonna like, do
I
these
know,
guys
I
watch
don't
they're not
know.
you're watching porn at work, not jerking off?
Yeah,
I don't
well, I
understand,
know,
dude.
right?
I know he needs to pull that out and give me something. Jeez. Come on, give us something. And, yeah, I love it, dude. The way he, MacGyvers himself out of this whole situation, and, this guy had an angel watch him, that's for sure. But
I
I
mean,
have to tell you, he has a conscience, and he had a clean getaway. He was stealthing his way out of there, and then he hears, the what's her name? What's the Japanese girl? Whatever her name is.
Ka is it Kai?
I don't know, Japanese girl.
Uh,
Uh,
Yuki Kana?
Kana, whatever. She
Yeah.
looks like the girl that ripped me off. But Kana, so Kana, he hears her crying and he has a conscience, which I understand. But what I was gonna think that I was thinking, what would you do in that scenario? Like if you survived this and you got out and you were gonna get away and you heard the person that you had met, I get it. You would want to, but you would think like, dude, is it just gonna be suicide? Am I better off going to get help? Or like what would you do? Would you go back in there? I mean, honestly, bravery
N
aside, it's like I'm
fuck
just gonna
no,
die.
dude.
You know what I mean? Like, I am just gonna get killed, and then she's gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm better off going to find some help or so I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Even though, I don't know. It just yeah, sticking around means no one wins, like, save them later. So, I couldn't believe he went back in there, man, and he was he was, like, stealthing around for a while in there too, like, "Dude, how is he just slipping back in here like nothing?" And that's when he runs into that guy who's from Thanksgiving, the guy who
Yep.
owns the business. That scene's funny.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's monologue's hysterical, and
This guy okay, this is funny. I didn't remember this, but the whole time he's, like, on here, like, last night, I'm like, "What he's probably taken him to a fucking incinerator. Why would he do this?" And
yeah.
turns out he is, but he's lucky everything worked out in his favor because maybe they had, like, a really big incinerator, like, but luckily, he had to chop up the bodies and
Mhm.
take them and feed them. Luckily, it worked out to
You can
where
just throw the whole body in the wood chipper.
yeah, it's just like you don't know. Um, but it's I like seeing that part where you see how the operation works. You have the guys cleaning up the room and stuff.
Mhm.
I think they do quite a bit with very little, because you don't really see too many victims or anything like that.
Well, in the sequel, it gets a lot more in depth into, the operation, um,
Did
but,
he? I love the fact that I like the little tidbit that he grabbed his fingers
yeah.
when he escaped because I was thinking the whole time like in real life you would.
Yeah, he grabbed his fingers, and then this guy grabs and throws him yeah.
I know, but, like, in real life, when he
Oh,
got his
I would
fingers cut
too,
off,
yeah.
I know your adrenaline's pumping, you're trying to get out, but I'm like, in real life, I'm glad he put that in there because everybody would stop and grab their fingers because,
Yeah,
like, what if I get out of this and they can
yep,
reattach them? Like,
yeah.
and, yeah, when he grabs his fingers and he puts them on that load he's taking and he goes back in there, he beats that guy over the head with a mallet. Did he grab his fingers or did he already throw him in the incinerator? I would've been looking
He
for him. Like,
already
"Where's
threw
my
him in the
fingers?"
incinerator,
Did they show him throw him in the incinerator?
or he throws him in a bucket or something. I mean, I don't think he goes back after him after
I
that.
don't think they show I know. Well, he throws them he's leaving, and he sees the fingers on the floor because he drops them, and he puts them on it, but that's when he follows him in there and hits him over the head. We didn't see him throw anything in incinerator. I would've been, like, searching that cart, like, "Where the fuck are my fingers, bro?" I'd be nervous if he grabbing somebody else's fingers, dude. Like, you have all the time to respect him,
Yeah,
like, "Are these
fingers,
mine?"
and then you got, like, how much different people's blood in there, dude.
Yeah, I know. Would you
Just like
want
a
those
vat of
fingers?
AIDS or something.
This whole time I was thinking, "Man, what if that was me and I was looking up at Todd's dead body?" Like, I'm like and Todd's on me all dead. I was thinking about me and you the whole time. Like, would that be weird? Like, oh, man.
Nah.
Let's see, I remember when Drawn Together parodied Hostel, and it's literally the basement of a Hot Topic. T
I need to watch that one. I love that show.
yeah, I never got around to really getting into it or watching it much. Todd, I know, really did like it. This guy's at least smart, dude. Wearing chainmail, dude. Didn't help
Yeah,
him out though. Took a mallet to his head. I love that.
shows
Drops
his
the finger.
fingers.
Put him in your pocket, bro. Don't you have pockets? Was he holding on to him the whole time?
And he uses his left hand. Well, and that's the only reason he got out of the cuffs, right? Was because he cut his fingers off.
Yeah,
So
the
it was a
guy took the
benefit.
chains. Well,
Yep.
yeah, he couldn't have. Yeah, the guy cut the chain or whatever, but he. I guess he might. I guess he could have gotten lucky and cut the chain without cutting his fingers. But
I don't think I think he just cut his fingers off and he slipped his wrist through the cuffs.
I thought he cut his fingers in the chain.
Oh, okay.
I thought he cut the chain, but his fingers also got kit. I don't know. Regardless, he had to lose those fingers to get
You
where he's
got
at
freaking
now.
Igor now throwing
Yeah,
body
dude.
parts in the incinerator.
I want to beat the shit out of that back, see if candy comes out, dude.
Ooh,
I don't think he hit him enough. I'd be like, I'd have to give him another whack, dude.
yeah.
Another whack. Yeah, he didn't even try to like get his fingers. He's like, I'm done. I couldn't tell because it also like, did he have fingers in his hands? I don't think he does.
No.
But this movie's kind of a pseudo. It's like one part traveler movie, and then it's torture movie. Then it becomes a revenge movie.
Yeah.
Right, because then he gets like when he goes, it's the second he goes back in for the Japanese girl Kana is when he goes full like Charles Bronson
Yep.
mode, like and then obviously when he gets out, he's gonna go full Charles Bronson mode, like at the airport, the bus station, taking out that guy in the bathroom.
The
Um,
girls of the hostel, the dude on the thing on his lip,
oh, I love it. Yeah,
Alex.
so
Yeah.
so I just think Eli Roth wore his influences on his sleeve in the best way for this movie.
Yeah.
Like, is it feels fresh, but it's obviously there's homages to different styles of movies.
Mhm.
But none of it's super blatant. It's all done so well. And then after this, I just think he went to hack territory after this, man. And
Oh, yeah, yeah. No,
just like,
I don't think he did terrible after this, but I mean, he peaked right here.
yeah, I mean, he should have followed it up. But okay, this is where he's gonna meet. Yeah, he found him. There's the cop.
Yep, he sees they're in on it. He needs to
Yeah,
change his clothes.
yep. How cool. I mean, this is so cool. How would it be? It's so neat to have the turnaround. Like you
Yeah.
escaped. And why is it taking him so long to check that room and find that dead guy and like go on alert? Woo, woo, woo. Like there's what the fuck? I feel like this place is not policed very well. He's slipping in so easy in and out. You got one fat guy watching porn in the hallway on a little like TV tray.
Yep, Giallo. He's putting on the black glove, and then he's gonna pull out his scalpel at the end. So yeah, has some Giallo influences.
Yeah, I just think that they're really well done in this,
Yeah,
the influence stuff. But like you said, I think he just blew his wad on this, man. He just after this, all he could do is straight up copycat shit. Like now, they're just now finding that room, which blows me away. You'd think
did
all
they have
you know what
cameras inside that
that
room?
that's what I'm saying. You would think they would have cameras, and they'd have like a one guy instead of watching porn, watching the cameras. You think it'd be one guy's job to just survey everything. You know, this is a great way to kind of give exposition.
Oh yeah,
I mean, we kind of already knew from the other old guys and stuff in the torture room and Jeff Daniels, but this is really cool to really get to know the personality
yeah.
of one of these guys. I don't remember the second one that much, but I remember liking that they flipped the angles and it was more about the perspective of
Of the killers.
the billionaires.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting.
yeah.
Whether or not the film holds up, I don't know.
Last time I saw it, I liked it, but I mean, I really like this movie. So
Yeah, hey, it's that one guy. Yeah, what else is he in besides this? And he's showing up and stuff. He just looks like some sleaze bag, like some Wall
he's
Street
a
scumbag.
coked out, yeah, Wall Street guy.
The effects guy. Is it an effects guy? Oh, I don't know. I just know he's in Thanksgiving too. He's in Eli Roth shit. Rick Hoffman. Is that? I don't know. Maybe talk and Google it. Yeah, Rick Hoffman. But yeah, this guy's monologue is great. And once again, man, like, where is everybody? They don't really do. They must do very
He's in
sparse.
Suits, Billions.
Suits. That's where I know him from. Suits. Yeah, that's 100%. He's in Suits. No, right now, Silhouette, we're watching. He's got the suits guy's got the gun, and he's just showing off. He's like, "Come on, man, let me see your
He's
marks."
like,
Which earlier we got a foreshadowing of the mark at the bar. The
mhm.
guy, they showed the old pervert's mark or whatever. And this is a pretty good scene with tension. He's like, "Come on, man, let me see your mark." This guy's all coked up and hopped up. He's like forcing it. He's like so close to getting like found out every second. Yeah, man, you're right. Sorry, man, it's for copping. Yeah, but I like it. Why
Yeah.
would this guy? I mean, not that I'm like a sadistic
He's
asshole,
a
but
fucking crazy maniac, dude.
why would this guy wanna do it quick? I mean,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
there and you're paying all this money and your
I
thing
don't
is
I don't
it
know. Well,
I'm saying
I'm
I'm
sure
saying if
newbies maybe, I don't know, who
I'm
knows?
saying if this is your jam, this is what you wanna do, you wanna get off on killing somebody, why would you wanna that's like being horned up and just wanna fucking knock it out in a second. It's like wanting to come in your pants before you no, it's like you'd think if you got, like, peak era Pam Anderson, you wanna then you like foreplay for once in your life, like, "Okay, let's do a little foreplay."
Every person's different, I'm sure. I have no idea when it comes to that,
This
so
guy just wanted to blow his load, dude. He didn't
yeah,
wanna yeah.
one
But then
shot.
that guy, he's like, "Do it fast." But that's funny he says that because he's in there to save. No, he's escaping right now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, he just says, "Do it fast," and that's the girl who's with the he's gonna have the Japanese girl. So, he was trying to have a heart. At this point, he was, like, thinking like we were, like, "Just do it fast, because I mean, I can't help you.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna get out of here, and the least I could do is, like, don't torture him. How about you just do it fast?" But, he's gonna hear the scream of, Kana, and he's gonna try and be a hero. Oh, I hate it, though, because he's so close to being out. And that's the part I forgot about, though, was the eyeball we're gonna see in a second.
Oh god, that's the
Dude,
sickest part,
that
dude.
that's brutal, and then when he's gonna cut that eyeball
Oh,
cord,
pus, dude.
that was bad, and I winced. I was like, "I'm closing my
That's
eyes."
like I mean,
Do
eyeball
you
stuff
ever do you ever close your eyes like, "Oh."
eyeball stuff is the only thing that grosses me out.
So, when you watch this, do you go, "Oh," do you close
Yes,
your eyes?
yes, it was
I
hard it
I
was hard to
I
watch.
can't I can't watch them. When I saw the pus, I'm like, "No, no,
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 you're gonna
no."
have to watch it.
How does this guy get back in so easily undetected? And now they're on alert, yet he got back in, and this guy's door
Get
is
your
just
own
open.
fucking room, I paid for this.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just too easy to like, you don't have to be Solid Snake to get through here. Yeah, this is brutal, man.
And the eyeballs hanging, dude, is dangling out.
So what else did he
Oh,
do to her face? Like, it's not just blood, it's like he fucking took an iron to her fucking face. It's just mutilated,
I have a
dude.
sinus headache too, so it hurts even more watching
Yeah,
that.
you're gonna have to see
No,
me close
watch
my
it.
eyes.
No, 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 watch this.
No, no, no,
Yes.
I can't.
Okay, it's over.
No, it's not. I'm watching it. He's about to fucking snippy snip, dude. I'm, like, keeping one eye on it, but I'm not gonna watch the snippy part. That I can't.
He's like holding it like,
Yeah, like, "Oh, what's that?" And then she doesn't
like
speak English.
dangling,
Does
dude.
she know he's helping her or, like, trying to or he doesn't she's
No,
probably
I
just,
don't
like,
think she knows,
panicking.
dude. She's probably in
I
shock, dude.
I can't. Okay. I'm gonna keep my hand over it, so I'm, like, covering up the eyeball part.
Oh,
Ah! No, 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 no,
oh,
no, no. Is it
oh.
over? No.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
over.
no,
It's
no, no.
over.
No, it's not. Don't lie to me, bitch. Oh god, no. He's like, "I'm sorry, I'm
Oh,
sorry." Oh, no, 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 no.
that's
I don't
freaking
like it.
disgusting, dude.
It's really hard to watch, dude. And
That's
what's funny
it's the only thing that
is
ever grosses me out. It's crazy. I've seen everything, but
and it's funny because her eyeball just like doesn't bleed. It's like it just cauterizes so or like scabs up or something like super fast. You would think maybe there's not a lot of blood in there. I don't know, but she seems okay. Dude, the whole time I'm watching them escape, I'm thinking, God, that's gonna be so stressful to walk around one
wouldn't
eye.
she still
Like,
have like the vein hanging out of her eye or socket, dude? Oh,
dude, yeah, he would have a little bit. She'd have a little bit of one. Yeah, that's fucking gross. I would have just pulled it out like a fucking
oh,
band-aid.
dude.
Like,
Okay, I said I had a sinus headache.
it's gross,
Don't
dude.
pull on my vein.
What about the eyeless wife on Pet Cemetery? Does that gross you out too, or no? Because there's no hangy eyeball. You know what his wife looks like?
What's that?
On Pets. Were you not listening to me?
Oh yeah, yeah. The wife in Pet Cemetery. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty
Does
much
that gross you
similar.
out too? but there's no
No,
it's not as
the
bad 'cause there's no
dangling
dangly.
thing just, I don't know.
I don't know, it's fucking gross, dude. My question is, if it's still attached to the cord, do you think she could still see out of that eye, like, pick it up?
Carries it
Like a
around.
submarine, dude? Yeah, like, you're, like, hiding, dude, you see it come out of a doorway, like Yeah,
Oh,
so wait.
sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, sorry.
This is a good part.
Does the Mexican guy look like John Leguizamo or Michael Pena to you at Revival House? Yeah, are you saying they all look the same, dude? Jeez. No,
Leguizamo, yeah.
Michael Pena maybe, what else was he in? There was, like, Freddie Rodriguez, he was in stuff too. I know he
Uh,
was, like, in Planet Terror, which is also sort of a connection to the
Big
QT
reveal
world.
here, though, once the truck moves.
Oh, yeah, the gang, and he's got that, bag of candy. Yeah, this is why this oh,
No, it's
no,
not the
sorry.
gang.
Sorry, not yet. He's gonna run over. It's so perfect, but this is just how it has to be for that revenge film. You
Yep,
have to get he has to get
and
they have to get their
Alex.
comeuppance. Yeah, they're all together.
Mhm.
I love this. Oh, fucking just run over Alex, dude. He's fucking stupid. That stupid face, dude. Fucking smash that nose, dude. I'd back up and go over it a few times.
Well,
He's gonna go
he
back. He's
does.
gonna crush. I know he's gonna crush her.
And he
And
pulls her
she
under
gets
the car.
dragged.
Yeah, that's
I love that, dude.
yeah.
And nobody like, where are the cops? Like, nobody's
I
like
know.
I love this. So, like I said, again, the only people he encounters in this whole movie that actually aren't part of the hostile ring is this gang of kids, and they are an amazing plot device
Oh, yeah,
because
absolutely.
they come back full circle. It's so well done, and he's gonna give them that big ass bag of candy. I love it when they're beating the shit out of the guys that are chasing them, and they're just like high five, like, "Oh, the gum, you want some gum?" Yeah, I love it, dude. These kids are so adorable, man. They're so
Well, you
adorable.
just like the one getting choked out not too long
I know,
ago.
dude. He was like seeing God, dude. He's like that one. Look at his eyes. He probably fixed his eyes, dude. His eyes are
Yeah.
cross-eyed. They're like rolling the back of his head, dude. Like, like Undertaker. Yeah, I love it. And what's funny is, I don't know. I just like how there's just outside force that's outside of all this that just wreaks havoc on them all.
Yeah.
And why don't they just shoot these
Dude,
kids, dude? They got
those
guns,
kids
dude.
are creepy, dude.
Oh, I love that when he caves in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are scary, dude. Creepy, like children the corn kid. Look at
Yeah.
that. Like, can I have a piece of candy? Sure, bro.
They're eating candy while they're bashing people's heads in.
And that kid was, like, laughing, dude, like, smirking, like, almost like it was, a little bit like breaking the fourth wall or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord of the Flies shit, dude. Yeah, creepy kids are scary, man. But those kids are fair. Just give them candy. They don't want money. You just give them candy and they'll let you pass. It's actually not too bad. Don't the kids show up in the second movie, or am I thinking
I can't
incorrectly?
remember. They might. I don't remember.
Alright,
Um,
so yeah, there's a traffic stop, and I don't know if this traffic stop has to do with him
yeah,
or if okay, like and,
the checkpoint or something.
I kinda hate that he's even trying to do all this and he's making himself known, like, just leave your car.
Yeah.
I would've left and ran that field before I even tried to fucking get out of it. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna drive around him and they're just gonna fucking start a high speed chase. But I would've ran over the cop, fuck it.
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck the police, fuck the police. But no, so, luckily this town's probably really small. They're able the train station's right over the hill. Lucky them. But, these goons are waiting at the train station. And, dude, I had forgotten about this, but she catches a glimpse in a reflection, a glimpse of herself, and then she decides now to kill herself, like, oh, sorry, unalive herself. And, it's just funny, like, I mean,
After all
it's
that he went through to get
yeah,
her,
and that's all I could think of. Like, bitch, I could have just let you. Why did I? Because he was gonna get away scot free. He was
just
not
because she doesn't have
discovered.
an eyeball anymore or an eye?
But I mean, I wouldn't fuck her. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd fuck the eye, dude, the socket.
No, dude,
It's gonna
that's
grow
what
skin
he
over
got
it,
an eye
dude.
patch. She's got an
It's
eye
gonna grow
patch.
skin over it, dude. You take a Sharpie, draw a new eye
There
on
you
there,
go.
dude. But yeah, the selfishness of this girl, because the reason why he is in the situation he's in right now is because he went back to save her selfishly.
Mhm.
He was scot-free out of there. And but to be fair, she doesn't speak English. She doesn't know what's going on.
No.
It's brutal though. And I don't know, would you be able to make a decision like that soon? Don't you think you still have to mull it over?
For
And
her? Well,
that's
maybe
gotta hurt like a bitch,
well,
dude.
maybe she's a model or something, I don't know. We don't
Wha
know her
how come
job.
nobody's noticing this chick with, like, a mutilated eyeball and no face?
That's
Yeah,
true.
they expect to get on a train and just, like, it
Well,
be all
the
hunky dory.
cops on the other side are looking at her, I think.
I know, but, like, I don't know.
And she
How
looks at
long
him,
does
dude.
how long can she, like, last with that wound there and not getting infected or whatever? I don't know, I just think,
I mean, just imagine her staring you
more selfishness, dude. She got those fucking old ladies fucking
flatter, dude.
hosed down with blood, dude. Look at her not thinking about anybody else but herself, dude. Terrible. But
Mutineer says, "Good choice."
it caused yeah, what, good choice to do what?
What, jump in
Not
front of the
fuck her?
train?
Oh, yeah. But you know what? That also served as a distraction. Maybe she was
Yeah,
trying to help him too, because
yeah.
he was able to slip on the train, and, he's got a bit of a happy ending because well, he's gonna get some vengeance on
He
the guy.
he overhears him here in this train car.
Yeah, the same thing. The same thing of like, "Oh, I like to touch my food."
Yeah.
It's just it blows me away. So I know it actually pisses me off because I've always thought, "Man, I have so many travel stories." Like, man, I someday I gotta like somehow write something like that into a script or a story. And then I'm not even thinking that Hostel exists. Like, God, Hostel already exists. Like, it's so clever what he did. You know, he kind of took some of that stuff you experienced and he obviously created a thing out of it, a story. But yeah, I mean, I can relate to all this stuff, and I think it's really neat how it all weaves together. There's no plot holes really. I mean, except for this guy's weirdness with the food. I mean, maybe that means he likes to eat his victims. Maybe he does. I don't know. But when he gets it, he it's really satisfying because now he's full blown Paul Kersey. And you know, everybody in these revenge movies, you always love to see the fucking bad guys, sort of get the tables turned on him into beg, dude. Because that guy's like, "Oh no, I
Yeah.
have a daughter."
So there's actually an alternate ending, in the director's cut, I guess. So the original ending we'll see here, but the alternate ending, he follows the Dutch businessman who has his younger daughter with him
Oh,
into the public restroom of the train
wow.
station. After finding her teddy bear in a woman's restroom, the Dutch businessman frantically searches the crowd for his missing daughter. Paxton is then seen aboard a moving train with the Dutch businessman's daughter, whom he kidnaps. So
So that's probably too dark.
yeah, so instead of kidnapping the his daughter, um,
Well, instead of killing him, he just really gets revenge and takes his daughter.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
As to imply what? Like, maybe it could be
eye
maybe it
for an
was
I don't know.
well, it's either eye for an eye and just become one of them, or maybe he was gonna take his daughter away from him too, like, this guy's a bad guy.
Yeah,
What
I like yeah.
did you actually watch that ending? Is it available to
No,
watch?
I don't know if it is. I see it
Because
on IMDb.
I wonder if it was angled to be, you know,
It might be on the DVD. I think it
but
would be.
maybe it was gonna be open to interpretation, like, you know, because it sounds pretty sinister, and maybe that's why they didn't keep it. Because like I said, you wanna root for these guys. Whenever there's, like, a revenge
Yeah,
film,
yeah.
like, you're cheering for these bad guys to get what they have coming to them. And like this guy, you like to see him beg, like, "No, please." He's drowning in the toilet. It's very satisfying. And if we see him kind of, like, presumably, become what they were and take his daughter, I think it's just too dark.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
not what
agree.
you wanna see. It's just not what you wanna see. You wanna root for this guy. Unless, like I said, they played it off to where, like, he was also gonna be saving her, like, then that could have been good. I love it. This guy's a pro.
Oh, yeah, takes a scalpel, slits his throat, and yep.
It's a satisfying ending. Satisfied to have your body found.
Cuts off his fingers, same fingers he,
I love that, dude. Elite hunting, it's just like a
yeah,
generic email. Do you think, Ice-T would have survived this? Surviving the
absolutely,
I you know,
absolutely.
what if they blended it, it was the cast of
Oh,
surviving the
that
game?
would be awesome.
What if it was
Rucker Hauer.
Gary Busey would be the guy in the locker room? Should I do it fast or I do it slow?
How Gary Busey should have been in this movie, man.
But Gary Busey's character will be the guy
Yeah,
in the fucking he would be that crazy guy. Like, and yeah. What
always check the barrel.
yeah, I know exactly, dude. I always Silhouette knows, man. I always like to imagine what would Rambo do if you put him in every movie? How would that movie go? Rambo versus Hostel. Rambo would fucking fuck everybody up. It wouldn't even be a movie, dude. Rambo can take torture too.
Yeah,
We've
absolutely.
already seen him. Wow, Mutineer had never seen a Hostel movie before, and he says, "Well, that was trash. 1 out of 5." Wow.
Okay, well,
Well, so
everybody has their own opinion.
when I saw this originally, I remember thinking it was okay. I you know I I don't know. I just remember thinking it was okay. And then I watched it last night. I'm like, I think I give it a 6, even though that's probably not even. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad. It's 90 minutes. I thought everything was woven together pretty well. I don't think it's like I don't know how much I could watch this movie, but it's good. Maybe if you catch me on another day, I call it a 7. But this guy fucking peaked, man. This is it. He went down fucking hills so fast after this.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw this in the theaters twice. I really liked it. It started off or the 2000s with some really, I mean, gore wasn't really very big at the time.
Hey,
Um,
now really quick, correct me. I don't remember. What is his name, by the way? The main guy. What was his
Paxton,
name? Paxton. Is his book closed, or does he make an appearance in 2? I can't remember if he does and he dies,
I
or
don't remember two enough. I need to rewatch it.
because if it's just if he Paxton never comes back again, did he not fucking alert the authorities and shit? I feel like I remember Paxton like it continuing from the first one and Paxton getting killed.
I think he might have.
I
We'll have to go
yeah,
back and watch the second one.
that's right. Silhouette says he shows up again, won't spoil.
Okay.
He has to. He has to show up again and die because there's just no way you wouldn't go back to America and be like, "Holy shit." You wouldn't try and like whistle blow everything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
Well,
um,
elite hunting club. I'm sure there's a lot of elite people in it. That I mean, you talk about it, you probably get whacked in the states as well.
well, Hostel 2 is on Amazon Prime too. It kind of makes me want to watch it just to the only thing I remember about Hostel 2 is the virgin blood scene, the one chick from Roseanne, DJ's girlfriend from Roseanne, getting her blood bathed right over like she got the Jewish girl and she
Yeah,
gets like slit and there's like the girl woman in the bathtub and she's like bathing in her blood. And I remember that being shot really well, like the composition of it was really neat, but it was brutal to watch.
I actually
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm right. I'm right. So he was saying he does show up in Hostel 2 is immediately after the first one. He doesn't want to spoil it, but yeah, I seem to remember like it being one of those things like Friday the 13th part 2 where like they kill the survivor of the first movie like right away
yeah.
in the second movie. So I might rewatch it sooner than later if not tonight just to kind of, you know, complete the story in my head. I don't have any maybe I should watch 3 sometime. I
I've
don't
never
think anybody
seen three. I'll have to watch it. I give this movie a 9 out of 10. I like it that much.
Hey, wow, being near that's a good point, dude. That should have been the tagline. You should have got a quote on the VHS. They didn't do a lot of hunting for a hunting club. Yeah, they didn't have to do any hunting. They paid for their prey and
Yeah.
they just fucked them up. It was a torture club.
Well, I mean, some hunting is like that though.
No, it's not.
Big game hunting, yeah. You're pretty much paying.
Shooting a bear to
Yeah,
go up on some bears and fucking shoot a bear.
yeah. I mean, knowing where there actually bears are.
But But this is a little I mean, at least you're like still the bears are still like in their natural habitat and you got to go there and shoot them. It's not easy. It's not, honorable hunting, but literally these fucking goons in Slovenia or Slovakia are capturing the people. They're doing all the work. The people hunting are the fucking prostitutes, the whores.
Yeah.
They were the one fishing and hunting, and they were just bringing them to the hostels, and the rich guys were coming there. But it's a little bit like it does have a little bit of that, like, surviving the game and that type of movie,
That's probably
a
why I like it so much because I love
and Hard
surviving the game.
Target, it's
Yeah.
all those movies. So he took that and he mixed it with some of these horror influences. It's got some of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre kinda torture imagery thing going on. Obviously, there's no grape in this movie, like Silhouette said, which thank goodness. I just don't like grape. That's the
Yeah,
one thing
yeah,
I
yeah.
really I don't like.
Yeah, I don't need
That's
to
just
watch that.
I don't like any of that stuff. I just don't think grape is. I think it's honestly just like shock value because I
It's
don't
hard to
need to see it.
rewatch movies with that stuff, a lot of that stuff in it.
It's just really uncomfortable. Like to me, that's just too fucking real feeling. I don't like it. But it's got the grape revenge, even though there's no grape, it's more of a torture revenge. So it's got elements of those movies as well. And I just like the Euro feel, and I kind of enjoy it just because I've traveled a lot, and I just all some of the stuff feels so real. Like I said, the Oli thing is so real, dude. I
Mhm.
knew I met an Oli. He didn't get the same fate as this Oli, but he woke up getting his dick sucked. He had a great fate. But I met Oli, and I met the girls. I've seen all of it, dude. And yeah. I liked it, man. So we're doing I Spit on Your Grave next then. I I mean, I would if you guys want it. Honestly, I look,
I mean, I don't know how much there'd be to talk. We could. I mean, it's up to them.
Zach and I did that a long time ago, but I would do it again with River. We never did the remake either, but I can't come. I can't come. I'll do I Spit on Your Grave. I don't care. I mean, no, it's okay. He doesn't want to see it.
Uh,
But by all means, you guys can have a say on what we do
yeah.
for these special commentaries. It'd be kind of cool to maybe do at least these once a month,
Yeah.
but we'll see. But yeah, you guys should let us know what you want to see. I had a great time doing this one. I thought it
I
was
did
fun.
too. It was
Thought
great.
it was fun to talk about. It was a great opportunity for me to tell some stories, which is great. It was, making me go down memory lane. I got some movies worse than I Spit on Your Grave in mine. I bet you do, dude. We got to make Todd watch your schizophrenic movies. I've had to watch two of them.
Eric watched Salo.
Oh yeah, he wants me to watch fucking
I'm not
Salo, and
watching that. You watch
I've
it.
heard I've heard all about it, and I don't know. Wait, so about that Discord, what's up? Are you in the Discord, Mutineer?
I don't think he is. You'll have to do you have a link to it?
Um, I don't have it on my PC right now. Silhouette, do you have the link? Can you share the link? Actually, Silhouette, can I bother you to do that? Do it real quick before we so I'm gonna wrap up the show portion, but I'm gonna keep the stream going for a minute. So but thank you guys. I am gonna edit this. This is gonna go up for everybody in a normal fashion, like not for everybody, for you guys. I'm gonna edit this like a proper episode, and then it's gonna go up for just you guys as well. But thank you. Bye.